Hi everyone, it's Dr. Laura Pence here with Understanding Your Greatest Self. Today we're going to be talking about how to identify emotions. And one of the best ways to do that really is to drop into your body. Your body, as I've talked before in different episodes, is an incredibly wise vessel for the things that are going on for you emotionally. Now, often we are not really tuned into our bodies, right? We are overproductive, we are hyperstimulated, we're looking at our phones half the time, we've got our neck crinked because of it, and we're usually just sort of go, go, go kind of individuals. And if you're not one of those individuals, a go, go, go individual, then sometimes even you might be kind of isolating yourself from your body, right? Like if you're not one of those people that kind of lands on this end of the spectrum in terms of being overproductive and hyperstimulated and just fast-paced, then you also could land over here on this end of the spectrum where you're maybe spending, a lot of time in isolation or, really not feeling like you're contributing in the way that you want to. But that can also very well mean that you're not tuning into your body. So along this spectrum, we just get a lot of tuning out. And one of the reasons that people are tuning out of their body is because there are things that their body is signaling to them that they want to ignore, right? So if we don't want to pay attention to something, then we're going to tune out. I mean, think about it like if you're a competitive athlete and you've got sort of this nagging issue with your hip, but every time you go on a run, it starts to just sort of like tweak a little bit. Oftentimes individuals will be like, well, I'm just going to push through that. I'm just going to ignore it and keep going. And they finish their run and, it is what it is. But if you're really working on trying to tune into your body, then when you tune in, it might actually hurt more because you're not using those resources and that energy to tune it out, right? So tuning into your body as it relates to your emotions is one of the best ways to begin to identify your emotions, is really kind of dropping into your body and asking yourself, how does this feel for me right now? Are my palms sweaty? Is my heart racing? Do I feel really tense? Do I feel really light and joyful and airy? Whatever it is, but tuning and dropping into your body is one way to identify your feelings. And here's another. We need to expand our emotional vocabulary, okay? We usually get stuck using the same words over and over again. And by the way, ladies, if you're using that word frustrated a lot, cut it out. You're angry. Just say it. Oftentimes we use frustrated as just a watered down version of angry, but you're angry. And one of the things that's important to understand when we're talking about expanding your emotional vocabulary is that there might be feelings that are going on for you that are really one thing, but your emotional vocabulary is so limited that you're actually using another word, right? So here we go for the exercise of the week, okay? Your exercise for the week is to find an emotion wheel, a feelings wheel, okay? You can Google it. It's a circle. It's got different colors. It has a wide range of emotions in it. And I want you to pick 5 feelings in that feelings wheel that you know that you feel, but you don't often identify and use words to wrap around, okay? So those feelings could be anything from pride to joyous to embarrassed to conflicted. I mean, those are words often that I don't necessarily hear. So again, we use the same words a lot: sad, angry, happy, surprised, disgusted. But we can go so far beyond that. And it's important to do that because that's really going to help you actually identify the feeling that you're feeling, okay? So again, exercise for the week, pick 5 words on that feelings wheel that you don't usually use, but you know that you feel. And then I want you to write it down on a Post-it or put it in your phone or write it on a piece of paper somewhere where you're going to see it and reflect back during the week and ask yourself, have I felt these this week? Have I felt this today? What was that like for me? Okay? That's just going to help you expand your emotional vocabulary. And then with each of those words, I also want you to identify, how does that feel in your body? Okay? And just write down a few things like, well, if I'm conflicted, I feel kind of nauseous or my head begins to hurt, whatever it is, but really move into the body for those 2. Okay? All right, so those are some ways to begin to identify your emotions. So come back for Thursday, because on Thursday's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about how your most common people, places, and things how they bring out certain emotions in you, and how knowing that ahead of time can be really helpful. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. I want to make sure you come back each week and get notifications that we're online. I'll see you on Thursday.